Greetings, my name is Aya. We'll be working with your life path, and if you're looking for your personal year, please look in the timestamp in the description box below or the comment section. Peace. Alrighty, hello, my name is Aya. Thank you so much for joining me on my channel. This session is for life path number 8, and if you're looking for personal year 8, click on the timestamp either in the description or in the comment section. That depends on how fast I get to the comment section after I make this video live. This life path reading is non-linear, and it's the end of the year. So just consider this a checkup for your energy. I'm also finding, as I round up all these readings, that the personal year has the flavor of the life path reading. So you could possibly get something out of reading the personal year session as well. Spirit knows who is going to click on these videos and when. I don't. So this could be cross-referencing. You could be married to, in a relationship with, friends with someone with these energies in their numerology chart. A lot of times when it comes to these energies, honestly, just like your sun sign, your life path is what you're trying to live up to. This lifetime is not who you are. There will be other aspects that may be even more prominent in your numerology chart at different times of your life. So check out your numerology chart and see what your whole chart looks like, not just your life path. Okay? So I'm excited about life path 8. 8s are very near and dear to my heart. So are 4s. But I was born on the 26th. A lot of my numerology chart is filled with 1s and 8s. A lot of my lessons this lifetime is about personal power, how to use it, how not to use it, how not to abuse it. There's probably some rosemary or something on that. You know, 8s are very powerful. 8s are about business, you know, and they also have a lot of karmic inclinations, like a lot of past life issues coming in to be healed. So life path 8 people actually go through a lot in one lifetime. It seems like they live maybe like 2 or 3 lives. Think about Tina Turner. She's either a life path 8 or a day 8 like me. That's how I know. Yeah, I always look up to her and be like, there is light at the end of the tunnel, you know, but you have to take, with life path 8, you have to take responsibility for everything in your life, and you have to move away from your old life and allow a rebirth. It's the infinity sign. It's like the Fool. You're incarnated multiple times in one lifetime. But what is life path 8 ruled by? Hold on, I need to check. I don't remember. They say Saturn, but I'm going to give it Pluto as well. I can see Saturn, but it's not. Life path 8 is about recognition, and it's about money in your career and stuff like that. But it's also about retribution, karmic retribution, and redemption. So these numbers, okay. All right, blah, blah, blah. All right, we can get into your general feels. We're going to use my oracle deck. And then we're going to do a Celtic spread. I call upon the energies for you of your spirit team that are here for your highest and best good. And I give to them the responsibility of you giving this message hearing this message, receiving this message. Okay. Life Path 8. I'm starting to get into your energy. Life Path number 8. The first card that comes out is the Homie Lover Friend card, which is about romance, love, coupling. It's like the Two of Cups. Okay? Someone that you feel safe being yourself with. And then the gospel singer, my grandma. It's the energy about your passion and allowing your, now that's heavy, you know what I'm saying? That's like, whoo, that's like love and passion and sex, sexual energy. We use our sexual energy to emote, to create. Ooh, okay, celebrity. We're getting someplace here. And this could also be about you combining your soul, your masculine and feminine energies, and it being a spotlight shone on what you're passionate about this lifetime. And I mean like gut-wrenchingly passionate, vulnerably passionate. Celebrity, okay? Like that. Temple, windfall. So the card underneath the Home You Love a Friend card is the coconut. And maybe this is a need to clear out and get rid of old relationships, even though you feel connected to certain people. It might be a season for them, and the season looks like it might be over. And it's time for you to like focus more so on your passions. Relationships a lot of time can be used as a crutch to stay away from our passions or to hide behind. Me seeing that coconut lets me know that there's some energies that you're picking up from other people that aren't healthy for you. This is the temple card. I haven't drawn anything yet. But anytime because I still been mulling over like what I want to draw exactly. But a temple is a place, a sacred space. Most of the time it's built in a certain way on a certain energy grid so that you can get the most potent spiritual connection between you and God. The temple is a symbol of our own body, and going within and getting that coconut, cleansing your temple. It looks like you need to make way for a windfall. The windfall card comes underneath the celebrity card. It's like you are in a certain energy portal right now to where it's time for you to blow off the cobwebs, or maybe even like cleanse out like anything that you're holding on to. Again, it's not necessarily a bad thing. I can kind of relate to this. It's like I have friends that I've had in my life since college, since I was 18. I'm 39. You know what I'm saying? And some of those relationships aren't making the journey with me right now. I don't know if it's forever, ever, 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 and it's over, or if it's just for you. We never know, which is why we don't like to pull the trigger a lot of times and do what we got to do in order to make room for the new. You know, let me pull some more cards. 3 more. Yeah, 8. I was expecting that card to come out. What card I'm talking about is Purusha. It's about the masculine and feminine energy, the temporary and the eternal. You know, our soul, really. There is no masculine and feminine for real. But we have, and our perception and our experience and the experience that the goddess wants to have within us being human, there's a split. But, you know, oftentimes for me, I find that they kind of like collide often. And sometimes there is no line, you know, it gets blurry. Anyway, underneath the coconut card is the stability card, and it's reversed. And to me, that's Capricorn energy. There are people in your life that it looks like they cause for you to experience instability, or the relationships are unstable in some way. Maybe there's people around you who don't pull their own weight, who maybe you have to focus on taking care of, and it's like gets in a way of you focusing on your passion and cultivating your inner temple. And also what I love about temples is that you can retreat and you can rejuvenate and you can get in alignment and get into your spiritual practice and learn. Temples are also a place to study, meditate, and commune with spirit. Underneath the temple card is the waxing crescent card, which is Cancer energy, which I find interesting. To me, that's saying that maybe your soul family, because Cancer is about family and love, right? Maybe your soul family are people who share your same passion and share your same intensity. You know, as a temple also is where you find community. I love going, having ritual and going to a Buddhist temple. Like in Atlanta, I'm in Peru right now, for those of you who don't know. But in Atlanta, there's a Buddhist temple. There's lots of Buddhist temples. And Chambly Tucker. And they meet every Wednesday for meditation. And I used to go there every Wednesday, child. Whether I had a car, whether I took a bus, you know, I used to go to school down the street from there. I would walk, you know, and it's a place to meet and greet and learn, like I was saying. All right. A lot of times Cancer energy could be about breaking away from family as well. That's what the waxing crescent is about finding your own individual way of being away from the family. The stability card with the house, maybe you feel like your house is coming crashing down, like what you're used to. This is not something you're used to. And so it's interesting how energy works, how destiny works, how karma works, because when something is over, even if it's not like quote unquote, and we put labels of judgment on things, good or bad, right? Even if it's not necessarily bad, if it's supposed to be over and it's time for you to move on to something else, then it can become bad. it could become something that is negative as far as like how it makes us feel. Like, for example, I'm not really here to be a tarot reader on YouTube. And I'm doing these last readings that I'm probably going to do for a while. I will do, because I have an inspiration to do, like, pick a cards from from time to time. I'll still do those, but I won't be overly focused on them. Why? Because my destiny clock, my karmic clock is telling me to move on into writing and painting and making oracle decks and stuff like that. I don't know where that's going to lead me. That's a bit scary to me because that's not how I make my money right now. You know, I'm like, oh no, I feel like I gotta hold on, you know, to what has brought me stability. But when something's over, it starts to make you feel bad. Like, cause I don't, like, doing these readings have been really tough on me energetically. Cause although you guys appreciate it, my spirit guides are like, they're giving me the mother superior, like, be done. And I'm like, okay, these are the last ones. I promised. I'm gonna, you know what I'm saying? And then a little bit of honesty of what's going on in my world. Everybody has to grow up and thank God, because you know you need the adventure. When you get too settled into a foundation, it starts to get boring, right? And we complain about that as well. Oh, I'm bored. I need some sex or something, right? You know, I need something. We can start getting mischievous when we're bored, right? So the spirit world always have something for you to move into, but are you listening and paying attention? The next card is the triangle, which is next to the waxing. This card's so heavy. Is there something underneath it? No. Oh, next to the waxing crescent is a triangle, which is about enjoyment, the enjoyer, the enjoyed, and enjoyment. And so above that triangle is the windfall card, which is, and then above that is celebrity. And so you're supposed to be moving into sharing your passions and sharing the enjoyment with people who are more a part of your soul tribe than maybe your family or where you come from. Okay? And it's going to take some integration with your soul, like you being honest within your soul and combining your masculine and feminine energies. Now, how you do that, maybe we'll see when I pull some other cards. Because those are all like words. But then we need practicals, right? This is very Life Path 8 stuff. Roll this around. And that smoke you see is me messing around with some herbs. But they seem to be more burning than like having the effect I want them to have. Burn kind of fast. All right, life path 8. Mama used to say, take your time, young man. Mama used to say, don't you ever give up. Mama used to say, live your life. Maybe that song is for somebody. All right, life path 8. Says it all. The Two of Swords is the first card that comes out. Now, when I say I'm not doing readings, I'm still doing readings. Like, you can go to my website and have personal soul sessions with me. But as far as like, I mean, doing it on YouTube, I'm not allowed. I can, but I'll suffer. It feels like I'm being torn because I have a lot of work to do. All right. Two of Swords. Light path 8. This is bothering me. I don't want it to be burning. It's not a pleasant smell. I'm gonna move her out. I'll put some chamomile. Sorry, just give me a second. I might edit this out. Might not. All these herbs and stuff to just get messy. I'll put a little rosemary. Pulverize it a little bit. Like my little mortar. It's so cute. I got it from the same page on Market. Let's see if this helps my plight. Okay. Now that Two of Swords is the current situation. Let's see what's crossing it. It flipped over and flipped back up. Damn. The devil. What a job I had to interpret that. The first thing that I'm noticing is the splitting of the mind, and then the masculine and feminine energy here. Now, you need the masculine and feminine energy to have pleasure in life. You really can't have one without the other. You can get caught up in the pleasure of the masculine and feminine energy. You can be you can have an addiction, or it could be a alchemy of energies, and it can cause freedom, enlightenment. Dealing with the devil is dealing with addictions and fear, escapism, sometimes abuse when it's upright. But also it could mean that it's like a kundalini rising, where you take your lower energies are being called to integrate with your higher self. Meaning that when you once use your sexual energy to have one night stands or something. Anytime you get that feeling, you go ahead and you take care of that. But now, instead of every time you have a sexual urge, me and this owl, man, we be having beef. It was the candle wax that exploded. I don't know why. Now you use the sexual urges to, every time you get a sexual urge, you paint, or you write, or you sing, because when it comes to energies, it's all in how you use it. but your mind is actually blocking you from even like maybe feeling, because it's also sensations involved. It's like a body thing. It's like you need some body work, like Reiki or massage or trauma healing, because maybe you feel more fear than you do excitement to create. And I can see that from the other cards at the beginning as well. Life Path 8. Okay. It's a lot of interesting, diverse energies, which is good. So your life, it definitely isn't one note right now. But you have to learn to let go. The devil could also represent, with the two of swords, your inability to let go and allow yourself to have some pleasure, because maybe you're afraid of your some of us are late bloomers, right? And we can be mischievous, like I was saying before, with our energies, and not mature yet. And it's because of a lack of experience. So you might have to make some mistakes and make some wrong turns. And I hear some people like, well, I've made a lot of mistakes already. And that could be a reason why you hold back. And maybe you need more guidance. Yes. You need like your own like personal sessions. I was like, you need someone to help you get out of your head, because that fear and then being indecisive will make you feel like in a gridlock inside. Like I'm not going to do nothing because I don't feel like nothing I'm thinking about is correct. Nothing I want to do is correct. And sometimes you just need like somebody to like, okay, what are your options? Because apparently you have options. What is it that you're thinking? You need to talk because you're in your head. In your subconscious mind, honestly, the Two of Swords and the Devil, we could just leave the reading there. But the Ace of Pentacles is in your subconscious mind. It's like you're being offered like a gift. And anytime I see those types of energies in your subconscious mind, it could be ideas of what to do actively with your energies, as far as like projects go, your passions go, what to do with making something out of nothing. That's a more better smell. The chamomile is very relaxing for me. And this gift is for you. And it seems like maybe you're not used to that, because what's in your conscious mind is the Six of Cups reversed, meaning that you're thinking about how people have disappointed you in the past. How people you love haven't been there for you, and how you've been there for them. But you don't have to live your life for them. Everything you receive, you don't have to share it with them. Have you ever thought about that? That sometimes your gifts and your life are just for you. The abundance and wealth that you're receiving, as far as maybe you're being offered healing for your body. Because I'm feeling youthful, even though I don't see any pages here or knights. I'm feeling like that Ace of Pentacles is like youthful rejuvenation, an opportunity for you to live out things that you haven't gotten to live out in your childhood yet. When it comes to your creativity, and that could be entering into new relationships as well. And yeah, you won't know what to do and you might make mistakes. Like you might go to a Buddhist temple and get into a relationship too fast or something because you haven't had sex in a while. I don't know. It seems like you've been holding back your energies for a long time. It's like the energy of someone who's been taking care of their sick mother their whole life, and that could be mental illness as well as, or a long period of time taking care of someone. And now you're like ready to live, or at least your energy, your destiny is like, okay, it's time to live. And you're like, wait a minute. In the past, this is what have happened to me. What if it happens again? And sometimes we do kind of go back and get the lessons right. That's life. That's everybody. Say you start a business and it fails. Does that mean you don't ever have another business? And for you, it's about your fears about relationships. Because I see 1, 2, 3, 4 cups here. 1, 2, yeah. 4 cups here. Okay? And 2 sixes. Yeah. Your dream, because the 6 of Swords is reversed in the fear position. Your ultimate dream is your hopes and dreams is to share what you're learning, what you're thinking, what you're feeling within a group of like-minded people, but you're afraid to because of prior disappointments. That's the 5 of Cups reverse. It looks like you're going to begin to heal your past disappointments and allow yourself to live. No, it doesn't look like you'll be able to avoid some mistakes. I don't have anything else to say. It's like it's a part of growing up. And some of you have children. You know your children are going to make mistakes, right? And you're still going to love them, right? You know that they don't know everything. And you can watch them live because you're looking at a little mini you. And you're like, you can warn them, but you can't stop them from living. Now, some people do try to stop their children from living, and you have good intentions, but that's abusive. So you don't want to do that. And it's the same thing with yourself, where you are in your recent past. It looks like someone was a trickster. You were fooled by someone presenting the correct image, like a slimy salesman or something. You fell for it, and you have lost your confidence in yourself as far as like being able to live. But you can't, like I was saying, you can't stop it. You can't stop people from being a sleazy salesman, but you can now you know the right questions to ask, or to maybe take it a little bit slower, or to not just because that's something I feel like I'm learning too in friendships. I had a narcissistic mom, and every friend I had, or if I had friends, she would make it really difficult for me to hang out with them, or she would be mean to them when they came over, or she would campaign against me and have them not want to talk to me or deal with any of the issues going on in my life. So a lot of my practice, because it takes practice to be in relationships, was kind of thwarted, because she just wanted me in the house with her taking care of the kids. Because she's a rape victim, and she was always afraid that I was going to be having sex with everybody, with men and women. She just had this obsession. You know, don't be going over her house, sleeping in her bed. Don't be getting naked with them girls. Don't be having sex in the bushes when you go to Six Flags. I'm like, whoa. Growing up, I was like, who thinks like that? Who's doing that? I know what you're thinking. You know what I'm saying? And so she had me, the only people I was allowed to hang out with, I figured out her cheat code. I had to go to church. I started going to church and I was like, can I hang out with them? And she said yes every time. So I went to church and hung out with friends at church. Anyway, which made me a very gullible person at the end of the day, because it's like everybody's bad. Only these people are good, and it's that split, right? So you might have the same kind of dogma going on to where you're like, can't trust anybody in the world. Who do you trust? Well, you have to, like I was saying, I'm learning this now. You have to feel people out and give stuff time. And sometimes you have to let people come to you or let friendships die. It's a learning curve. And I don't think anybody's perfect. Maybe there are some people who are, I don't know. But I would assume that nobody's like perfect at it. And it's okay that you're not. That's what I'm trying to say. In your near future is the King of Cups. Now, this could denote an actual person or a spiritual teacher, a healer, you needing healing yourself. This person is wise. This person is compassionate. This person is emotionally mature, and this could be you moving into that after you have experienced the opposite of that, really, or you feeling like, okay, that's what I'm looking for. That's the archetype I'm looking for, and so that's what you will want to look for. So you have to figure out what is emotional maturity, and then with emotional maturity, it is on a spectrum. Not everyone is equally emotionally mature or emotional mature in the same way. So you would just have to pay attention. Relationships, especially starting a new relationship, it's about paying attention to symbols and signs that people give you. Like nowadays, I am very aware when someone is supportive or unsupportive, or if they're jealous or competitive and catty, when it comes to women. And those people I will not really want to be friends with, for real. Because I am the type of person, I have a lot of projects going. If you talk to me and you're a type of person that doesn't feel empowered in yourself, then you will most likely feel jealous talking to me. Because I'm always focused on like my projects, traveling, and I have a lot of spirit and creativity and life, liveliness and youthfulness and happiness and joy in my life, because that's how I want to live. That's what I cultivate. So if you want to sit on the phone and complain about your horrible experiences with men and failed this, I suck at that, I don't speak that type of life into my world. And so we would not be able to be friends, right? And so if I don't pay attention to the signs and I'm just desperate for friendship, then I'll have someone in my life that I feel like maybe I'm being bullied by or something. And nobody wants to experience that. That's not healthy for either person. So we just notice those signs and we keep those people away. It is what it is. People are where they are. No judgment. In the position of you is the Seven of Pentacles reversed. Yeah. You're like, I should be able to handle this stuff by now. And The spirit world is like, it's okay that you're being too hard on yourself. You're being impatient with yourself. It's not ready yet. Like, you're not there yet. You're not mature in that way yet. And you do need, so part of healing and actually transmuting energy or rising in consciousness is about accepting where you're at right now. That's the only way you'll be able to get to the next level. So a lot of people, they'll have a wound of abandonment, shame, and low self-worth, low self-esteem, and low confidence, and they will force themselves to try to accomplish things that will require their confidence to be high and their self-esteem to be high. And now that's alchemy. You are supposed to hold a goal, right? A higher consciousness, a higher level, whatever that means for you in your life personally. You are supposed to see yourself someplace different, where you want to be, and then you strive from that lower energy to get there, and you meet it, and you fail, and you try again, and you fail, and you try, and then you get closer and closer to it, right? For some people, it takes years. For some people, it doesn't. No judgment. You have to go at your own pace. And I'm saying you're not going at your own pace. You're being hard on yourself and probably comparing yourself to others. But others had to go through the same process you're going through. So it doesn't matter when you go through it. Nobody skips steps in development. And that could be like past lives, this lifetime. That's why I always say, if someone is immature this lifetime, they're still learning their lessons. They can re-enter into the game and get more maturity next lifetime. It's not up to me to make sure that everyone is the level of maturity that we all consider appropriate. Everybody wants to be the best they can be, right? But sometimes we fail at that. And part of growing up is learning to have compassion and love yourself regardless of where you're at in your process. So stop being impatient with yourself. This is more new this lifetime than you can imagine, as far as like maybe the lesson isn't new. Maybe you feel like you've gone through, I've already did this before, I should be over this. But it looks like that in the past, your confidence was shook. You took yourself out the game. You're like, this ain't for me. But in taking yourself out the game, now you have to re-enter it and finish learning these lessons. Basically, is what I'm saying from this reading. And your environment, of course, is Scorpio energy, Pluto energy, Life Path 8, transformation, okay? Your life is about transformation. And so the sooner you can be okay with that, and transformation is uncomfortable, and transformation makes you feel out of place, out of sorts. But I don't know, do you ever get comfortable with it? No. You have to learn to be okay with being out of your comfort zone. Yeah. And we already talked about the last two cards. So yeah, your mission, your goal is to really stop beating yourself up about emotional hang-ups that you have gotten from unkind or unworthy people in the past, and learn to trust again. This is about opening your heart again, and try it again and see if you can do it better. You can't live your life shutting everybody out. This is you. Like, should I shut people out? Should I let people in? Should I live? Should I just stay in the house? And what it ends up doing is, like we were saying with that coconut, is that if it's time for you to live, then everything that you hold stable will begin to crumble around you and corrode and decay. So let it go, okay? Life Path 8 is about letting go, let go, and you're going to be okay. Just get the guidance you need through it. Get the healing you need through it. Get the cleansing that you need through it. And stop trying to figure everything out in your head. We're going to move on to the to the personal year 8 piece. What is up, personal year number 8? I'm very excited to do your 2021 reading. Let's get in here. Let's go. We're first going to do a synopsis. Interesting that Lakshmi and the stepping stones are coming out in the middle. It looks like you need to learn to take the steps in order to move into your abundance. A very clear message. And that you're not taking the steps. Personal year 8. Okay. This is the like Pachamama earth symbol about anytime the feeling I get from this card is like a resting peace in my gut. Maybe you need to change your diet. It can mean a lot of things. Of course it means grounding, but also healing your body. That will help you be able to take the steps you need. There's there has been a lack of nurturing and nourishment from Mother Earth, and maybe you've been trying to carry the burdens of your healing and pain, and the portal of the body is we have a lot of needs, and oftentimes we get ourselves in an energetic pickle because we try to handle everything on our own. But Mother Nature, Mother Earth, is very good at taking energy and turning it into something a bit more manageable. Personal year 8. All right, so here we have also, after you get the healing and stuff that you need, you coming into your own. This is about this is inspired by one of my favorite books, Women Who Run with the Wolves, by Clarissa Pinkola Estes. I recommend that you read that book if you haven't already. It's about you coming into your own instincts and your independence. All right. Synopsis. I'll do it like this. You can't see. Move this up a little bit. I have on a shirt, but I don't have on any pants. I don't want people to see my undies. All right. That's actual, not factual. Can you see mine? A little bit. I'll let that come out. Fine. All right. So here we have the gospel singer, my grandma, passion, sexual energy, creativity, knowing yourself, getting into what really does it for you this lifetime, getting into it and studying and then Shamash. Interesting. So it's like you have like it feels like guides as to what you should be doing and where you should be going. Shamash is a father figure. This is a grandmother figure. It looks like energies from like your ancestors and past lives kind of infusing into you as you learn about like who you are. The sun is about your initiation. It's about you having power. It's about your inner child, your joy, and also about a lot of learning. Let me pull more cards. Yeah, the ladybug. Okay, so yeah, the ladybug is about your true strength is in you being yourself. Like this. So through studying yourself, it looks like you will receive an opportunity, a windfall. It's like preparation meets opportunity here. The full moon, which is Chandra, is Mercury, Virgo, Gemini energy. It's about refinement. The sun is also about how you're being refined this lifetime. The sun, Shamash is a sun god. That's why I keep saying that. The sun god is the inspiration for his community, you know, when it comes to reproduction and business. So this looks like getting and studying what it is you're passionate about, maybe turning it into a business and refining it. Most of the time, this takes a long time, you know, and you've been working at this within yourself, within your soul, within your subconscious mind for a while. And it's been through relationships with people, because Mercury and Gemini energy is about communication between different worlds and different realms and different portals, and taking that information and bringing that information back so that other people can learn from what you're seeing. Okay. Something's reversed here with the magic card. Now, when I was doing the Life Path 8 reading, they did to get the Magician card reversed as well. Let's see what card comes out next to it. Sagittarius energy. Also about being a teacher, also being a student, but mostly a teacher. A teacher of how to be free. A teacher of how to be a great student. So you have a lot of like positive energy, and then you have like this magic card reverse, meaning that someone is a trickster around you. Or it could be you. It could be you not feeling confident in your use of the elements. And maybe you need to study that. You know, study like how, it's like you have a calling on your life, but you don't know how to make it happen. And Sagittarius energy is also about like philosophy, religion, and maybe you need to maybe get close to a culture where you can study and learn about like how to tap into your own magic, because it's mostly, I don't see anybody else really, I mean, except for here in this full moon, in order to communicate, you know, and refine, you do have to talk to people. This is like, to me, it's like going to college, because Sagittarius is about education as well. It's like going to college and talking to other students in the foyer about like what you're learning, and then learning from what other people are thinking, and learning and incorporating that into what you do. So maybe you need to find someone who does what it is you want to do and learn from them. Let's get started. I'm going to keep these cards on the side and use them as a reference. That's not too bad. It's not bad at all. If that's the only problem you have. We're going to do it like the physical, emotional, mental, and spiritual plane. We're going to start off with the physical. So the physical plane is the Magician, the Chariot, the Death card, and then the Sun. And I'm putting it in the direction of you. So this card is reversed, upright, upright, upright. Okay. Whoops. Okay, so with the Lovers here, these two swans reversed in the magician position. This is like your emotional tapes. Like the Lovers card is what you got from your childhood, as far as like how you love or take in relationships, really, how you connect with other people. And other people aren't as in touch with life the same way you are. And this next card is another representation of the resources that you have. The Seven of Pentacles in the Chariot position is saying that you have resources because of the work that you put in. And in 2021, the Ten of Wands in the Death position, because of all the work that you have put in, there is going to be maybe events that come, things that come to you really fast, and maybe you'll feel overwhelmed by them. But the Temperance and the Sun position is saying it's very well deserved because of your patience, your perseverance, your dedication. You have a lot of great attributes that will allow for you to have the things and accumulate the things you need in life. It's looking at this line, is like, this is very 8 energy, to where you feel responsible for how everybody else feels about what you receive. And you're not necessarily need to be concerned about that. You are to hone in and focus on what you're doing. Okay? Focus on what you've been given to do, and let go, and maybe even learn to tune out all the rest of the noise. Let's look at your emotional point. Well, I'm putting it my direction. Let's see. Here. There's one here. Like that. Okay, so what I'm seeing here in your emotional plane is that you have a lot of gifts and talents from your family line. You have gifts and talents from the lineage of your mother. The Nine of Pentacles and the High Priestess position would denote that you have a lot to offer others because of what you're getting, what you got as far as actual tangible gifts from your mom or from her lineage. And you know, I see that a lot with Life Path 8 people. The Hangman here in the Lover's position denotes your seriousness, really, and your relationships with people, and how you want to give back what you have been given, and how you really want to use your gifts and talents in the community in a passionate way, because the Hangman has to do with our hearts, with our passion and how we express our passion, or the centerpiece of our heart. You know, and the centerpiece of your heart is to surrender to God's will using your passion, and it brings a lot of people to you. And it'll continue to bring more people to you. The Page of Swords and your Strength position, meaning that you really have a strong connection to receiving messages like from the air. You know, you receive a lot of messages for your highest and best good. And you know how to use the messages. That's what I mean when I say that. You know how to use these messages, and it's a youthful energy, and it feels like synchronicities, and it is like that Pocahontas song, painting with all the colors of the wind. You know, getting messages from wind spirits. The Four of Pentacles and your in the Hangman position is about you really having in the forefront of your heart the need for stability. Just like that stability card, I don't know if I pulled it. I might have pulled it while I was reading the doing the Life Path 8 reading. That is something that's in the forefront of your mind. And it doesn't mean you're unhealthy. It just means that, you know, you're kind of like, I have gift and I have talents that are going to be the centerpiece of my life. Because that's this Hangman is about too. Is about you having the talents. It's a very specific talent that you're going to be working with this lifetime. But you're like, I need stability, you know, in the midst of all of that. The moon is actually reversed in the Temperance position, and that is you needing to learn how to incorporate passion and compassion at the same time. You might be a little bit hard on people because what I'm seeing here is that you're a mature person. I see that here too in your physical plane, is that you have the way you move, the way you think, is very mature. And the issues that I see with Life Path 8 people is that while you're not playing games, other people just might be playing games. You're not playing games with nobody. But part of your evolution as a person is not getting resentful about that, about the fact that other people aren't as mature as you, and it's because they maybe have not been through what you've been through, to make them mature, or have not taken their lessons as seriously as you do. Life Path 8 people tend to suffer greatly, and the greater the suffering, really the higher the potential for bliss and enlightenment. But with bliss and enlightenment comes taking responsibility. And that's what this card is about here in the moon position. The Nine of Swords is about you having the capacity to take responsibility for the lessons and the things that you have learned, and incorporating them into your life. The Page of Pentacles is a need in the Judgment position. It's really a need for you to allow more youthful energy into your emotional plane, because I feel this heaviness, like you can get kind of like bogged down with responsibilities. It's like everything's on you all the time. And so like even if you do have projects and stuff that are fun that you want to work on, and people are attracted and drawn to you, you tend to maybe take on like a caregiver role, and maybe you need to let up. I feel like you need to let up on some of the heaviness. And like this card was saying here, the Seven of Pentacles, is that your resources belong to you, and you're always looking as to like how how can we, and sometimes that can cause you to experience abuse from other people. Like you need to own the hard work that you put in. You need to own like yours. It's okay to say this is mine. It's okay to be selfish. That's what I'm trying to say. There's a need for some selfishness here. You're a great person. But you need to let up. Let up. Let's look at your mental plane. Let up on yourself. And I was seeing that when I was reading the Life Path 8 reading as well. Like a propensity to be very hard on yourself. No, this is reverse. So that would be upright for me. So I'm like, woo. We get it. Life is serious. We get it. Isn't it? It's like life is serious. That's upright for you. Some more. That's good. Some pages. We need that youthful energy. But you got to stop rejecting it, though. You got to stop rejecting newness and youthfulness. Okay? And it's interesting, as mature as Life Path 8 people are, because of some of the seriousness in their childhood, or in their just in what they're bringing into this lifetime, you might suffer in knowing how to be in relationship with people, or how to have small talk, or how to date, or how to, you know what I'm saying? It's like all those things. It's because Life Path 8 is like about serious business here on earth, the business of clearing out karma, the business of growing, the business of, it's all about business. You're about your business, and everybody knows it, and it can be a bit intimidating. So I'm just getting a message to say these things to you. Learning how to let your hair down and be youthful, no matter how old you are, would be beneficial in having more fun, even with your creativity and your gifts and your talents that you're bringing in from past lives and from the lineage of your grandmothers. Okay. Right. All right. Let's look at the mental plane. My love, your mental plane is very deep. So please follow me. Never have I recommended really that someone, as I've been doing these life path readings, that you go back and like read listen to the life path session before this. I recommend that you do, because it will assist you in some of the lessons that Spirit is trying to get through to you. Your mental plane is filled with you over studying, over transforming, and having the ultimate goal of teaching others. But you have not figured out like what it is the knowledge is for. It's like you're learning for your ego pleasure. And this is the only upright card in the devil position. It's the Page of Wands here. Okay? You needing to add youthfulness to your spiritual plane. I feel like that's the most important part out of all these cards. I mean, the message here that I'm getting is that you come from a lineage. This is what this Nine of Wands is saying in the Hierophant position, to where maybe in past lives, or I don't know, but you and your family are connected to being a part of different sects of learning. Maybe people will consider it cults, but maybe think of some of the great ancient philosophers in their teachings of transformation and alchemy and stuff like that. And there's been a breakdown in trying to recover that information and get back to those ancient ways. Yeah. And so you are trying to discover and recover, and you obsess. This is the Ten of Swords and the Justice position. You obsess about transformation, and it's gotten to a point to where it's unhealthy. And you, like I was saying before, I was getting the message that you need to let up. Okay? This Three of Swords here in the Star position is saying that you are ultimately learning, accumulating all of this knowledge so that you can teach other people. Well, no, this card is upright too. This Eight of Swords in the World position is about people knowing how brilliant you are and how you push yourself to the very edge of your mind. Wanting to know more and more and more, but you need to stop now and say, okay, so I have learned all these things. Where do they belong in my life? How can I use them practically? It's like it's time for you to stop studying for a second and get more into like passion, spiritual passion. What are you doing? What are you going to do with all this information? Is it just so that you can hold it over people's head and be like, I know this, I know that, blah, blah, blah. Ha, ha, ha. You don't know that. I mean, some people do use knowledge for that reason. But the more youthful spiritual expression, I just thought about Osho. Ugh, he's such a fun character to follow. I know he got a bad rap in that documentary for Old Wives' Town Country or whatever. I don't know what that thing is called. But to me, he's a very fun mystic. And to me, he's a representation of how it truly is to be a higher spiritual being. It's really not all that serious. I try to tell people all the time, being an enlightened being is a lot of fun, and you can get into a lot of trouble because when your mind is free and you are neutral, you feel like you can do whatever you want because you can. And you don't take the rules of this world that serious. And you don't take other people that serious. You don't take relationships. The seriousness, I think I contemplate seriousness from time to time because I'm just like, what is this seriousness? You know, what's it for? Why? Because I'm a very mischievous person and my guys have to constantly keep me on track because if I were to be honest, I want to be like a flying nun, flying around everywhere, eating, having sex, drinking. I don't care for drugs that much. But I do like my cocktails and I do like fashion and you know what I'm saying? I would just be like not honestly focused on seriousness. You know, what causes seriousness? The ego causes seriousness. The ego needs you to take it very seriously because it feels separated. It feels separated from God and natural bliss. So it's serious about pleasing itself because that's the only way it feels any pleasure. And so you have to cater to the ego and listen to the ego. Are you listening to me? Are you not listening to me? It needs to be in control. Ugh, it's so heavy. It's annoying. And so, honestly, I feel like that's kind of where you are in your transformation and you don't know it. That the youthfulness that you need to bring into your spiritual practice is to not take this all so damn serious. Like, having a bunch of knowledge, so what? Like, how do you feel? Are you having fun in your life? Do you, can you let go? Have you let go? If so, then that's what you need to start doing. And part of letting go is realizing that initiation isn't necessarily about being serious, but it's about becoming light. All right. Lastly, but not least, your favorite, it looks like, the spiritual plane. The devil is in your the emperor position, which is cool. The wheel of fortune is in its own position, which is awesome. That's kind of dope. The strength card is in the tower position. Ooh, brace yourself. And last but not least, the chariot is in your the fool position. All right, let's take a look. Okay, so all right, personal year 8. The devil in the emperor position is like your life purpose. And if you look at it like your purpose this year, or you can read it like this is the purpose of your life. I don't know how you want to look at it. But this tells me what you are supposed to do with all of this knowledge. Now, I want to say something. I am proud of you for all of the work that you have done. I'm not trying to dismiss any other work that you've done at all. I'm glad you're studious. I'm glad that you take it seriously because a lot of people do not. And therefore, to me, I'm not God. You know, I'm a part of the system, but I'm not the God or whatever. But to me, a lot of people don't deserve to, I guess, put themselves out there as responsible leaders or teachers because they're not responsible. They haven't done the research. They haven't worked on transmuting their energy. They don't know what they're talking about. They just read a book and regurgitate it back. And then people follow them, but they don't have really what you have is the fortitude, the strength, the knowledge, the inner understanding of how intense the responsibility is. Because if someone's following you and you're responsible in a sense for whatever, I don't know. I guess I would use myself as an example, which is why I have the style that I have. It's more like I help people get in touch with their true essence and what their path is and and who they are and what they're supposed to do this lifetime. Follow your own voice. Don't follow me. Now that's the extent as to how I guide and help people. I don't say, yeah, do exactly what I do, blah, 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 because everything isn't permissible for everyone. Like for instance, some people can be online all day doing readings and stuff. That's not permissible for me. My guides say that they know I actually enjoy this, like in my, I don't know, parts of me enjoy this, and I enjoy the feedback and I enjoy the community. But if it's not something I'm supposed to be doing, then it's not something I'm supposed to be doing all the time. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, so yeah, this is you knowing your responsibility and understanding metaphysics and the responsibility that it brings. Because the more you know, the more responsible you are. Like it's like if you have a child, and the older they get, the more responsibility they have, and you say stuff like, better, that finger gets the wagging, girl, parents. And that's how the spirit world is too. Okay. So, and that's why I'm also very careful about what I study. I don't just dive into any old thing, child. If I'm not guided to it, I'm blind to it. Like, I don't get into scary stuff, aliens. I can't, because people be like, I was studying and then it popped up at my house. And I'm like, I know you lying. That is not going to happen. It's the truth, though. And that leads me to the Wheel of Fortune and the position of the Wheel of Fortune. It's about you have accumulated such great dharma that you can ask for whatever you want, but you need to be careful what you ask for. Think hard and long about it. The Strength card in the Tower position is about you in 2021 or just in life in general. You having the emotional fortitude to be able to handle relationships with people and to do it well, because you are sitting in your own confidence and knowingness of who you are. Oh, something wants to come out, but I'm not. I need to shut up. Sometimes I feel while the camera's rolling, I gotta keep talking. It'll come. All right, the Seven of Pentacles, the Chariot in the full position is about you handling everything that you've been given, as far as like your responsibilities go, as far as your purpose and your mission go, and it's a go for you. You put the pedal to the metal. You put your money where your mouth is, and that's what this card is saying here in the Star position, and the Star in the Empress position is saying that you have been taught that you are to walk your walk and talk your talk, and you make sure that you do that. And that's how people know you. One second. Okay, yeah. So part of um, this position actually is not saying what I thought, what I was saying it meant. It's saying that people look at you like you are in your own world, like in your own ivory tower, as far as like how you think and how you perceive the world. And good for you, stay up there, okay? But this and this the strength card is saying that you don't have nothing to lose, and that would be this page of wands as well. You taking more of a youthful approach, meaning that have a little fun with this. It's okay for you to be a spiritual renegade. What and kind of what I was saying too, as far as like spiritual teachers and mystics and people that, you know, maybe people look down on because they don't look or follow certain rules, that the mainstream or people that don't know what they're looking at follow. Like if you hung out with me every day, I would have to tell you what I did for a living because I don't wear it on my sleeve. It's not. I don't feel like it's necessary. It's not that serious. Like I was saying before, it's like I can have fun, I can dance, I can enjoy my life or whatever, and laugh and kiki and joke, and I know what's going on in the world. I'm not far removed, but if we start talking about this stuff here, I know what I'm talking about as well because of all of my accumulated lifetimes. It's really not that big of a deal to me. Other people make a big deal out of it, you know? And so it's okay for you to have your own individuality. I know it's scary. It is, girl. It is scary, honey. For me to say, people like, what do you do? What do you do? Who are you? I'm like, I'm a spiritual counselor. You're a spiritual counselor. Oh my god. It's annoying, but I get it. And I'm also funny. I'm joking. I completely understand. You know, but at the same time, you got to keep your. I'm saying you have to keep your sense of humor, and maybe that's just the next stage for you to when you know all the rules, when you study all you can, then you can break the rules, so to speak. Okay. I'm not saying that there is any consequences for being mischievous. I'm not saying be mischievous. I mean, like, break the mold as far as what following the rules that other people have for you. Listen to your guides. This is about you listening to your guides, listening to yourself, listening to your own soul, and like breaking out of like that rigid. That's what I wanted to say. Not being inflexible towards your own personality so that you can look a certain way for other people. So that other people can say that, oh wow, that person's this and that. And I guess there's some benefit to it. You know, if I walked around draped in robes and crowns and stuff, then people were like, oh, she's a goddess. And I'll be like, okay. I honestly could care less. But I get it. To each their own, whatevs. You know what I'm saying? And as I bid you farewell, I want to say Happy New Year. Enjoy your feast. Enjoy your famine. Enjoy all the work that you have done. Relax, and it's okay for you to let off the pedal, and relax a little bit, and let some of these things, all the work you've done integrate. Because right now it's like you're not letting up on yourself, and you can. Okay, peace.